Hey everyone, I wanted to tell you one of my favorite stories from my new book, Do Hard Things. So it was a couple years ago. We were at the conference championships and coming down to the last event, the 4x4, we were in a three-way tie for essentially first. So whoever won the 4x4 won the team title. So the coaches are all freaking out, including myself. Like, who's going to run the 4x4? Who wants to run the anchor leg? And all the runners were like, oh man, not me. Like, I'll run it, but I don't want to be the one responsible with everything on my back. And the coaches on this team were Leroy Burrell and Carl Lewis, two of the best sprinters in history. So you can imagine the intimidation. And all of a sudden, one of my athletes, Drayvon Anderson Kappa, walks up to Carl and Leroy and says, I'll run it and I'll run anchor. Now, Drayvon wasn't a 400 runner. He was a middle distance runner. He ran the 800 and the mile. He hadn't run a 400 all year. But for some reason, he walks up to these two legends in the sport and says, I got it. Give me the baton. And the amazing part is this. He was filled with anxiety. Okay, he wasn't certain that he was going to be able to do it. When I talked to him after and then interviewed him actually for the book, he said there was so much pressure. It felt like everything was riding on this. The entire team was on my back. He remembers when he got the baton, like right before, he's like, oh my God, what am I doing? This is actually happening. Like, a couple choice cuss words go through his head as he kind of freaks out. And he gets the baton, okay, and he's got a slight lead, but he's going against two of the fastest guys in the nation, actually. A guy who ran 9.99 for the 100, one of the fastest sprinters, and then a guy who would win the individual 400 in our conference. So Drayvon is the slowest out of these three. They take off. He gets blown by. These other two pass him. He says, oh my gosh, I'm going to freak out. What does he do? He says, focus, pay attention, relax, execute your race, get ready. And then coming around the curve in the final, 150 meters, he slingshots off the curb and passes these guys and clinches the victory. And I love this story because Drayvon was one of the toughest individuals I've met, not only in racing, but he's gone on to have a successful career in the military and do amazing things. And when I talked to him about this moment, he says, it is not about confidence per se in the traditional way we look at it of, oh, I've got this. Oh, I have no doubts. For him, it was about what he called a humble confidence. He needed doubt. He said, even today in his military career, a little bit of doubt is a good thing. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you focused. It allows you to do the thing and keep your attention on the things that matter. So I love this story because it's not about bravado. It's about accepting the reality of the situation. That this is really difficult. That there is a lot of pressure, that I'm not superhuman and able to just turn that away and ignore it and forget about it. And in fact, resisting that pressure can actually backfire. And instead, it's about accepting and embracing the reality of the situation. And then understanding and learning, how do I keep my mind steady in that moment? And Drayvon used a variety of tactics, which we'll talk about in the book, to how to keep himself steady in that moment, the same tactics he uses now in the military. So if you like that story, there's tons of them, athletics, business, all that, and Do Hard Things. If you haven't bought it yet, it is on sale currently for a limited time for 30% off. Book sales really matter the first week, month, etc., but the sooner the better for all sorts of great things. So check it out. Appreciate you.